Welcome to another episode of the Jampack Report today for March the 3rd of 2021. Of course, my name is Samuel Adams and this is a daily gaming news podcast meant to bring you the hottest news you need to know from around the industry, hosted on YouTube and podcast services around the world 5 days a week. It's your one-stop shop for everything you need to know. So if you enjoy the show and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button and keep coming back for more. But some pretty big news in the world of acquisitions in the gaming industry today because indie giant Tonic Games Group, the makers of Fall Guys, have joined Epic Games. News comes by way of two different blog posts and we are going to dive into both of them. They write on the epicgames.com blog, quote, "We are thrilled to announce that Tonic Games Group is joining the Epic Games family. Tonic Games is the development company behind the hit sensation Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. For Fall Guys fans, your gameplay is not changing, and Epic will continue to invest in making the game a great experience for players across platforms. Your favorite colorful beans will still stumble through the chaos on PC, PlayStation, and soon Nintendo Switch and Xbox, and you can find more information in the blog post that we are about to dive into." Dave Bailey, Tonic Games Group co-founder and CEO, says, quote, "At Tonic Games Group, we often say that everyone deserves a game that feels like it was made for them. With Epic, we feel like we have found a home that was made for us. They share our mission to build and support games that have a positive impact, empower others, and stand the test of time, and we couldn't be more excited to be joining forces with their team." Paul Croft, Tonic Games Group co-founder and chief games officer, says, quote, "Beyond the shared vision among our teams, we see tremendous potential in combining forces with Epic. Whether it's about making our own games the best they can be, or empowering other game developers to take their content from a kernel of an idea to a commercial success, we know that together we will be able to reach greater heights." Then finally, Tim Sweeney, Epic Games founder and CEO, says, quote, "It's no secret that Epic is invested in building the metaverse and Tonic Games shares this goal. As Epic works to build this virtual future, we need great creative talent who know how to build powerful games, content, and experiences," end quote. So moving on to the Mediatonic blog that showcases the announcement, Mediatonic joins the Epic Games family, and this comes to us from Oliver, the community manager that has been behind all of the fantastic viral tweets that have come because of the success of Fall Guys. You may have heard the news that Mediatonic is joining the Epic Games family. You can read the announcement at the Epic Games newsroom, which we just dove into, but this is a huge win for Fall Guys. Since Fall Guys broke out in August, we have put everything we have into the game, and the Fall Guys team has already grown massively from 35 to 150 plus people. Yet there is so much more we want to build for our players. With our publisher, Devolver Digital, supporting and championing us along the way with Fall Guys, Foul Play, and Hatful Boyfriend, we have been able to bring some truly unique experiences to players as an independent studio. Joining forces with Epic will accelerate our plans to improve the game and bring Fall Guys to as many players as possible while continuing to support the community. We have put together this FAQ to answer some of the initial questions you may have. So how will this affect the game? Your gameplay is not changing, and neither is our mission to bring Fall Guys to as many players as possible. Each season will continue to expand the game with new content, features, rounds, and costumes. Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout will remain purchasable on Steam and PlayStation, and if you own the game on these platforms, you'll still be able to play it from there and will receive future updates. We are also planning to bring Fall Guys to Nintendo Switch and Xbox. Fortnite and Rocket League already have tons of features we'd love to bring to Fall Guys: account systems, crossplay, squad versus squad modes, etc. We are going to work hard on bringing more of these features to Fall Guys too. Free to play? Nothing to announce right now. So how will this affect the community? We absolutely love our community, and we wouldn't be in this situation without your continued support. We'll stay super close with you, continue to chat with you in the same open and honest way, and continue to take on all of your suggestions and feedback. So why did you choose Epic? We've been mutual fans for a while, and as we've gotten to know the Epic team better, it turns out we have a lot in common and share a lot of the same goals. They really love Fall Guys, and our team at Mediatonic. We'll continue to be the same team, working on the same game, but we'll now have the full power of Epic Games to help take the game to a new dizzying height. So will you still make the same kind of games in the future? We are proud of Mediatonic's creative culture, and this is something that Epic really values too. We are focused on creating games that empower our players, create joy, and bring people together to have fun, and we couldn't be more excited about the opportunities ahead. So there you have it, two different posts that kind of showcase what's coming over there at Epic Games and Mediatonic. This is going to be a situation that is very, very similar to what we saw with Rocket League, where Psyonix was acquired by Epic Games and nothing fundamentally changed about the game itself. It is still going on, it is still going to be continuing on its exact same trajectory, but now they have much more funding and a larger team to be able to do more and to achieve their goals faster than they would be as an independent studio, and that's something that's ultimately a benefit not only for their team, but also for the players, because you just get more and more Fall Guys. A couple of weeks ago, whenever the Nintendo and Xbox announcement was made that the game would be coming to those platforms, I was talking to my friend Joe at work about the crossplay functionality, and I said, man, maybe they'll partner with somebody like Epic Games to help bring that vision and make it a reality, because Fortnite does crossplay so well. Now you see exactly that scenario beginning to play out. Once they plug that Epic Games backend into the world of Fall Guys, you can easily connect these platforms and crossplay will be no problem whatsoever, unless they run into some kind of unforeseen issue, which, considering that now Epic owns the developer and the technology that is going to be powering the game itself, it should be able to work, right? I think that should be the way that it goes. So that's going to be a big benefit, and I'm excited to see that come to light, because I would love to dive back into Fall Guys. Of course, I'm an Xbox player primarily right now, and so I don't really get the chance to play much on PC, and I don't own a PlayStation, so it's going to be fun to dive back into the little jelly bean game that took the world by storm last year. But again, if you do want to go back and read more or see any more announcements, you can find them over on the Mediatonic blog, and on top of that, the Epic Games blog. Plenty of information to dive into there. But in the world of Sony, we could be getting a glimpse at the future of PlayStation VR because of a new patent that has been found and filed back in November that shows what is going on behind the scenes as they plan to bring PlayStation VR 2 to market. Of course, as identified last week in the PlayStation blog that announced work on PSVR 2, PlayStation Move is going to be finally going away. Those are the little orb-shaped controllers that were around with the PlayStation 3 and then were brought into the PlayStation 4 with PSVR. Those are going to be replaced by these controllers if this design does stick all the way through the final product, which there is still plenty of potential for this to change. But in short, a few of the features of this controller include a trigger button with resistance and haptic feedback, essentially what you have with the DualSense. It might include finger tracking via sensors like you see on the Valve Index, which could add a deeper level of depth, and then there is a small LED panel on top instead of a white orb that can emit up to 8 different colors that can then be processed by whatever game you are playing. These controllers look great, and one example that I did want to point out has to do with that finger haptic feedback. So this is an idea that Sony has and that they include within the patent, where if you are playing a game where you are painting, in your left hand you can have a painting palette with your different colors, and then on each individual finger, potentially each color feels different, and that way you can easily identify as you are painting what color you're using, and it can add that different level of not only investment but depth to your gaming experience. And they have other examples as well, like sculpting, etc. But in terms of the actual controllers themselves, I'm pretty impressed with how they look. I think it looks like an innovative take on the VR experience. As you can see, there are straps to keep you tuned in to make sure you don't go throwing your controller through your television. And I think there's a lot of potential with these. PSVR 2 is a very exciting opportunity to bring VR back into the mainstream spotlight, because the PS5 install base is growing day by day, and as more consoles make it to market, there are potentially more customers that are sitting there waiting to get in on whatever the latest experience is from PlayStation. And with VR continuing to be a large part of the industry, not the largest part, not the smallest part, but a large part of the industry, this console peripheral justifies its existence, and I wasn't sure that it would. So again, this is not finalized, this is just an idea from the patent, so take it with a grain of salt. But on top of that, there was also another patent that was shown that essentially allows you to use inanimate objects as controllers. And of course, if you follow people around on Twitch, there's the one guy, Rudism, who makes stuff into controllers, and he has used bananas before. And so it's just funny to see the full circle coming here with the company itself saying, hey, what if you could use, I don't know, a pomegranate as a controller? And then there you have it. But in short, the patent says, quote, it would be desirable if a user could use an inexpensive, simple, and non-electronic device as a video game peripheral. The present disclosure seeks to address or at least alleviate some of the above identified problems. It includes any non-luminous passive object being held by a user, and it could potentially become a controller. So you're talking about bananas, oranges, cups, headphones, whatever it might be. You could potentially have all of these built into your gaming experience. And the way that this works is that the camera on the PlayStation VR 2, hypothetically, that's what it may be called. That's what we're identifying it as right now. This would identify specific objects, and games could be trained and programmed to automatically classify specific objects as game peripherals. So like if I'm holding this coffee cup, it would know that today is going to be a good day. Coffee mug is my controller. That's impressive technology. Will this ever actually become a large part of how we play games? No, I don't believe in this technology at all. I think this is something that's just one of those out there thoughts that people are going to say, oh, that's cool, and then no one will ever use it because I like to play with controllers, not bananas. Just my preference, though. Just my preference. So if you do want to, check that out, by all means, you can if you want. But you could potentially be playing Aliens Fireteam with some bananas in the future if a patch is released. Did you like that transition? I was pretty proud of that one. I try my best, But this is a new game from Cold Iron Studios, which was recently sold to Daybreak Games after transferring ownership in Disney's acquisition of 21st Century Fox. It is a cooperative third-person shooter set 23 years after the events of the Alien films, and players take the role of a colonial marine on the USS Endeavour, answering a distress call from the outer colonies, only to find plenty of xenomorphs that you'll battle across 4 different campaigns. And you can see more details here on the official website, but there are over 20 enemy types, including 11 different xenomorphs along the evolutionary scale from facehuggers to praetorians, each designed with their own intelligence to ambush, outsmart, and eviscerate vulnerable Marines. Plenty of customizations, 30 plus weapons, 70 plus mods, lots to dig into here. I'm going to echo what a lot of people said. I have no idea where this game came from or why it exists, but I am so glad that it does because it looks super fun. It looks like the Nazi zombies in Call of Duty of the alien world. There's xenomorphs crawling down the walls, running through these halls, and it is something that I could absolutely dive into and have a great time with friends, and I hope that it's as good as I think that it could be. Again, no idea where this came from, but I'm not complaining that it exists in the slightest. But if you want to dive in and check out more, there is the full trailer up now on YouTube, which we are checking out here. And this is going to be launching in summer 2021 across PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X, and on PC via Steam. And if you want to know when it comes out, you can, of course, subscribe to the channel and check out that episode of The Drop when it drops later on this summer. Very exciting stuff, though. Very cool. And I will absolutely be at least checking out some gameplay to see if it's something that is worth diving into for sure. But to round out today's show, PlayStation Store is going to discontinue movie and TV purchases and rentals this August. Details on upcoming changes to on-demand purchases have been shared via the PlayStation blog. Vanessa Lee, head of video business at SIE, writes, "At SIE, we strive to provide the best entertainment experience for PlayStation fans, and that means evolving our offerings as customer needs change. We have seen tremendous growth from PlayStation fans using subscription-based and ad-based entertainment streaming services on our consoles. With this shift in customer behavior, we have decided to no longer offer movie and TV purchases and rentals through PlayStation Store as of August 31st, 2021. When this change takes effect, users can still access movie and TV content they have purchased through the PlayStation Store for on-demand playback on their PS4, PS5, and mobile devices. We thank our fans for their continued support, and we look forward to further enhancing the entertainment experience on PlayStation." This is a good move, and I'll tell you why. It's not because I'm bothered that TV shows and movies exist on PlayStation Store. It's because I like a store that is built into a gaming console to do one thing well, and that is to provide apps and games for people to use. And whenever the movies and TV section was added to the PlayStation Store, that was something that was relevant for its time. But as time has gone on, and as subscriptions have evolved, more people are using Netflix and Hulu and HBO Max, and they're downloading these apps that use third-party services rather than going straight to a store to pick up the latest season of their TV show or to find a movie they want to watch. And so now PlayStation Store is going to be focused entirely on PlayStation experiences, and that is phenomenal. Now, I will also say I want Xbox to follow suit with this because I don't really need that cluttering up the feed, but I'm also not the target demographic for somebody who is going to be buying TV shows and movies to watch on my console. So let me know in the comment section down below if you are somebody who used this movie and TV feature. But if you are, you better make sure you make as many purchases as you can between now and the end of August because those features are going away. But that rounds out today's episode of the Jampack Report. If you enjoyed today's show, drop me a like down below and let me know what stories caught your eye, but specifically, what do you think about this Fall Guys Mediatonic acquisition by Epic Games? Positive, negative, let me know. But until tomorrow, you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll talk to you soon, and peace.